Hey there everyone, this is Ash from Cascade Fiberworks. Today I am going to finish up making this really cute frog hat. On my loom here, I have it all finished and ready to go. I just have to cast off on it, which I usually do with just a needle. And then I generally go ahead and tie a knot on it so that it doesn't slide off, because that's really annoying to deal with sometimes. All right, and I'm just gonna go ahead and start here on the first peg. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start pulling them all through. I made my tail a little bit longer than usual today. Wasn't sure how much I was going to need to finish off this hat. It was a little bigger than usual. Are there any other loom knitters out there? I have personally only ever worked on a round loom. I'm really interested on working on a flat loom, you know, the ones that are long and rectangle. I really want to learn how to use those. They look super easy. I'm intimidated. But ultimately I know that I could use a lot of smaller yarns and I can make some really cool blankets and such. I'd also really like to be able to learn how to do loom knitting wearables as well, you know, like cardigans and things like that. I don't know, I guess I just really want to make myself my own cardigan, either learning to crochet it eventually or learning how to do it in panels on different types of looms and everything. Like, I just feel like the biggest flex you can have in public is whenever you have things that you've personally made, like on your person, like between hats, cowls, cardigans, sweaters. I think it's just like the coolest thing to be able to wear those things out in public. And like every time I see somebody walking around with a big chunky cardigan that's clearly been crocheted, I always want to be like, ooh, I love that so much. Did you make it yourself? But I'm like too intimidated to actually talk to people. Does anyone ever have like weird, awkward social anxiety like that? Or is that just me? Anyways, we're kind of making a little bit of progress here, slowly but surely. It really probably would have went faster if I had a shorter tail. But again, I just kind of made it longer than I usually did. And after we get done pulling all of this off, I am going to crochet up some eyeballs that will go on top of the hat. That's what you see over here on the side of the screen. I did use safety eyes for the middle part, but other than that, I just crocheted 10 in a magic ring and then increased all 10. And then I did the same thing in green. And then I joined them together with a single crochet around. Has anyone else done some weird, funky crocheted eyes like that? Like, I think people who get really detailed with them are like so amazing. And you know, it's definitely something I want to work on too, especially as like spring comes around and a lot of my family members are having babies and such. You know, you definitely don't want to always have safety eyes necessarily on those, but I found a lot more like reassurance using the embroidered eyes from moms to be and such. Do you guys make your own embroidered eyes, or do you like order them online? Because I've seen some that were also on sale. Is there a certain thing that you like to buy online that like you can't live without? Like, I really love these cute little hologram eyes that I use for some of my plushies and everything, and they're like inset, and so they have like little domes on the back and everything, and I swear they make all the difference. And sometimes I get in trouble though because I use too chunky of yarn and then I can't actually get them to lock in place. And so then I have to like resort to either using the safety eye tool, you know, the ones with like the big clamps on them. Has anyone else used those before? Otherwise, it feels like you're gonna break your finger trying to get those things to set. I swear, my wife has almost like broken her thumb trying to put in some of the safety eyes for me. This yarn is the Charisma brand yarn from Loops and Threads. I really enjoy using it. I get it at Michael's the majority of the time. And I enjoy using it because it's cheap. Usually it's about $5 a skein. And generally it's over 100 yards of yarn in there. And it usually takes me anywhere from like 80 to, I'd say like 80 to 100 yards for me to make a hat, depending on how long I'm making the hat, depending on if I'm doing a built-in brim or a fold-over brim. How much do you guys use to make hats, if you guys make hats out there? I personally never crocheted a hat yet. Still on my list. One of these days I'm gonna learn how to make wearables. Sheila always knows how to make, like, not always, she knows how to make wearables. She's really, really good at it. And she makes videos on how to make certain stitches and such. And I am determined I'm going to sit down one of these days and learn how to like make a bucket hat. Usually she has people learn how to make washcloths first. And I kind of just jumped straight into Omni work. And so now I'm kind of like learning how to do it backwards, where I've been doing a bunch of Omni and now I'm just slowly learning how to do some crochet work outside of the Omni world. And eventually I'm going to get to that big chunky cardigan. I swear I will. What's your favorite type of yarn to use on projects? Like, do you have a preference, like a hat versus a cowl, like different types of yarn that you like to use for each? Today we went to Michael's and it was buy one, get one 50% off. And I felt like a kid in a candy store, seriously. I was so excited. Do you have a store of preference that you like to go to, or do you like just buy your yarn online a majority of the time? All right, we're on to the last peg here. Whoop. So look how pretty this came out. I love this color. This green is just absolutely gorgeous. And then we're just going to pull that all in there. All right. Oh, that one tucked over a little bit. I don't know if there's actually a strategy to whenever you pull in your hat like this, but I just do it that way. And then I like to go ahead and put a loop in here and tie the knot just to keep it from coming loose. Again, with this long tail, I'm probably gonna end up cutting this soon. And then I'm just gonna kind of weave it through here. And then I also go ahead and flip my hat inside out and I weave it again on the inside just to make sure it's actually secure and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I am back. We got the hat, it's done. Looks good, looks stretchy. I'm loving it. All right, and so then we're gonna go ahead and crochet another one of these eyes. I did this one just to show what it's gonna look like. And so I'm gonna go ahead and start with the white yarn. first. And so like I said, I do 10 single crochet magic circle. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and whoop. I also love Charisma because it always closes really easy too. I mean, a lot of acrylic yarns aren't that bad, but I've just never had a problem with Charisma. I do have a problem with always making it too tight though, and that's my bad. So we got one, got my cute little stitch marker. Sheila got me for my birthday. I said I wanted cute stitch markers, and that's what she got. And they are adorable because I love my cat Boo, Winnie Boo, that is. Tail getting in the way. All right, so we got our first increase. We should be able rocking and rolling now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay, we made it. All right, so I got 10 here. And you know, the only part that sucks about these is like they don't close, so they get snagged on a lot of stuff, FYI. And then I'm just gonna slip stitch here at the very end and pull that out and cut it, bring it through. I go ahead and put a little knot back here, cut it. I'm not worried about this because it's gonna be on the other side. I got some eyes. These are 14 millimeter. And I always put the backs on. I know some people out there think it's okay to glue their eyes on. I am not one of those people. I even go and try and pull them out just to make sure they're extra, extra, extra secure. Does anyone ever have that scare that like their stuff is gonna come out? All right. And then I like to just go ahead and weave this little end through the back a little bit. All right, just like that. And again, I'm not worried about the back of this because it's going to be on the green as well. So we got one little part done. And then I'm just going to do that with the green here as well. So I was able to do this entire hat and be able to do the ears all on this one skein from Charisma. So that's nice. I recently started doing rabbit ear beanies and I soon realized that one ear that I was doing at a time took up a whole entire skein of yarn. Yeah, that was a learning curve for sure. All right. And again, we're just going to pull that together. I'm going to go around and do my increases real quick and do all of the knotting and everything, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I'm back and I got both of these done, and so I'm just going to go ahead and fold over that side to this one. And then we'll go ahead and just do a single crochet through both sides all the way around. Oops. Just like that. And eventually you'll have a finished one like the other one. Sorry guys, today my hands are a little shaky, unfortunately. I get a lot of migraines during storms. They're like my triggers anyways, and it sometimes makes me a little groggy and a little shaky. Do you guys have any like unexpected hand shaking? Oops. So I was actually thinking about making a snake plant hat, like with long, like snake plants that dangle down and then like they cover your face as a face covering. What do you think? Do you think that would be kind of cool? Have you guys seen my bunny rabbit ear hats? I might have to post those later. But I am not one who likes cold, and I'm also not one who likes to put on a lot of clothing either. Being from California, it's really hard for me to bundle up during the winter here in the Midwest. All right, there we go. Looks cute. And I'm gonna go ahead and just do a slip stitch real quick. Give myself enough room to sew that on. All right, got these two little froggy eyes. What do you think? How did they come out? I know this one's a little deep, but practice makes perfect. I'm still learning. I recently did a teddy bear hat, but on the outside I went ahead and did 2 rows of single crochet just to kind of make the outer side a little bit bigger. Anyways, I'm still learning on placement, like what works best for placement on these eyes and these ears that I've been doing. So if anyone has any suggestions, should they go up more, down more? I'm also really trying to make sure that they're kind of sturdy. I don't want them to flop all over the place, you know, which is another thing that I like about this Charisma yarn, is that it's like more sturdy and it has a little bit more structure than some of the other yarns that I use. I'm just gonna go through that one again. I don't want to go too high up, but I want them to be secure as well. So I might just go ahead and double back through. So far I've made a monkey hat, a teddy bear hat, and a bunny hat. I don't know what other kind of fun creatures I can make. with this kind of method. What do you think? Have you made any weird hats? Like a chicken hat. And then I just kind of weave this through on the back and then kind of come through the green part up here. I'm just gonna cut that off. And I'll stuff that in there. I think so, you know, weaving ends has to be the like most boring part of like any type of fun crochet work. I see that this one's kind of dangling down, but I'm hoping it will keep its shape after it's upright. And so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and do the other side the exact same way, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alrighty, so there we go. We are all done with this cute little froggy hat. What do you think? Tell me what you think. Tell me what yarn I should use next, or what animal I should do next. Let's go do a reveal outside while we've still got some light.